booth, making noise, talking about pro wrestling on the podcast. Big up boys, big money guys, we be throwing down the rhymes, kicking it live, representing the Lone Star State every damn time.
And we're back, and I have a new look. What do you guys think? Yeah, I call it the mutton chops. SP saying it's so 10 years ago. But little does he know, I couldn't even grow a beard 10 years ago. So, yeah, screw that guy. What's up, big homie? How you doing, bro?
What's going on, man? Yeah, this is our episode number 20, or round number 25, man. After
Wait. I'm going to interrupt you. I want to ask the big question. The big question. Did you harpoon a shark? God dang it, bro. I gave you one mission and you didn't even complete it. What the heck?
We didn't see no sharks. I can't harpoon what we can't see.
I'm so disappointed. Like, I wanted you to harpoon a shark and be like, look, ah! Oh, man, come on.
This is our big return episode after our small little hiatus break of me going on my birthday cruise for the big 40th birthday. So, I had to come back home and
happy 40th birthday. I don't know if you saw me comment it, but happy 40th birthday. I did comment it on Facebook.
Yeah, and we didn't pay for the Wi-Fi, so
yeah. Well, that's probably a good thing.
Only way we were able to communicate with people were via text with people who had iPhones, and since you're not a iPhone person,
nor will I ever be. But I do got to say that's probably a good thing because you guys didn't need no distractions. You guys just needed to live in the moment and enjoy your time, Mm-hmm. And harpoon a shark, and you didn't. But that's besides the point. I'm glad you guys enjoyed yourself. I'm glad you had a great birthday, man.
Yeah, how you been, man? I've heard you kind of run into a little string of bad luck, man.
Ever since I moved,
man, your pot of luck is kind of falling all out, man. You got your horseshoes on upside down.
Bruh, ever since I moved back to Texas, it's been nothing but bad luck for me. Like, I miss North Carolina, but I'm glad to be back in Texas because I'm close to everybody. But, yeah, car broke down,
Yeah, because you were headed up to that AEW All-In free event up there in Dallas, weren't you?
Yeah, then I broke down outside of Waco, about 2 towns before Dallas, and I don't even want to think about that. Can we just move on? It sucks because I still have to pay the bill. Like, it freaking sucks. But I've had some bad luck. Hopefully my luck will change here soon. That's what I'm hoping.
If you didn't have bad luck, you wouldn't have luck at all. So
yeah, that is a true statement, bro. But I do have something to good report.
What do we got going on?
Do you remember Maven?
I do remember Maven. He was the very first Tough Enough winner, along with Nydia.
So Maven recently had a YouTube video. He's been doing a lot on YouTube. He's been garnering a huge following on YouTube. And recently he had a video like, will I ever return to WWE? And in the video he says like, it has to be right. It has to be stuff. He was like, I don't know if Triple H likes me. He goes, Triple H, me and him, every time we spoke to each other, like, it's been cordial. It's been great. He's been nice to me. He goes, but I don't know. And then he goes on to say that he recently heard from a WWE employee that they actually went and pitched him to the officials and they shot him down. But then the video ends with him pulling up to the WWE Performance Center and him showing the door that says WWE employees only. So he lives in New York and this was in Florida. So what I'm saying is he did not travel down to Florida for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking Maven probably has a future with WWE, and WWE was smart to get him on there because the guy has only been on YouTube this past year, and he has a huge following. He's talented. The dude can talk. Now we've seen in the past he's not the most talented in the ring. Okay, I will say that. I will look. You can. He'll even admit he's not the most talented in the ring, but the guy has the gift of gab. He does. And I would be interested to see in what role they would bring him in. And he just seems like a good guy, you know, that you could just have a beer with and hang out with. He seems like a good, wholesome guy. What do you think, bro?
He seems like it. I mean, I haven't really paid too much attention to him, other than I know he's done guest spots on Matt Cardona's and Brian Myers' wrestling figure podcast, where when they've done their toy hunting and stuff like that. And I think it's the eyebrows. I think when he started getting his eyebrows,
You know what's
fixed
funny?
up and taken care of.
You know who told him to get his eyebrows taken care of?
Who?
Stephanie McMahon.
John Cena?
Stephanie McMahon told him that he needed to start like dying and trimming up his eyebrows. Yeah, he actually says that on his YouTube channel. She actually told him, and it's funny that you say that because she was like, she gave me the best freaking advice in my whole career with some Stephanie McMahon, and she told me I need to shape up my eyebrows. So yeah, well, that's debatable though. Like it was either when he started shaping up his eyebrows or when he got on the gas. Because if you look at Maven in Tough Enough and Maven in his later on Tough Enough years, he got on the gas. He'll even admit to you. He has no problem admitting to you, yeah, like I got on the gas. And I think that's when his career kind of picked up. But the WWE officials said that he kind of like Chad Gable. No, not Chad Gable. Gable Stevenson, like he didn't improve in the ring as quickly as they wanted. But I think the guy has a lot of talent to offer because he's good at talking. He's very relatable. And I think he can do some good stuff, maybe as a commentator for maybe NXT or maybe as an interviewer. I think he can do a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it seems like they've got a crap ton of interviewers as it is now. I mean,
yeah, you're not wrong. But fire them all and get Maven in there. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I guess I'm a Maven fan, so because like I've been watching his YouTube channel for the past year, and I really like the guy. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, so do you think he'll be given? So if this whole him venture with WWE, if that paves out, do you think he'd be a backstage producer, a trainer, or do you think he'd be more on camera talent?
I think definitely on camera. I don't think, and I could be wrong, and I'm sorry, I don't think he has the chops to be a backstage producer or to be a trainer. I don't think he does.
Yeah, but I mean, he could be there as to kind of give like a little bit of extra insight and stuff like that. I mean, he does have,
maybe
he was a professional wrestler, and he does have knowledge of
the business
and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but I would see him as being a more on-air personality.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
And maybe he could be, I don't know, maybe a manager or something like that for somebody, or
That's what I'm saying. I can see him, whatever he's gonna do. I think it's gonna be on camera, like I said, because he has the gift of gab, big time.
Well, the reason
he doesn't have the technical aspect
is he'd be the on-camera talent, interviewer, whatever, ring announcer, whatever, manager, who would take a bump,
Yeah, I can see that. I think that would be a good spot for him. But
it also seems like that when they do have people that they do bring in as managers and stuff like that, that they're people who have trained in the industry and stuff like that who do know how to take a bump. Not all of them do, but it seems like lately a majority of them
I
have.
I think that would be the perfect spot for him as a bumping manager, like you said. I think that would be good.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm interested to see. I'm very invested in his YouTube, and I love how it ended in like that like this is a Ring Rundown exclusive because this just came out today. Like this video just came out today, and I'm interested to see where he goes from here because the WWE cannot ignore the success and the popularity that he's garnered from YouTube.
Right.
And I think they will probably do something special with him. Maybe I'm wrong, but I hope that's the case. But
yeah,
there's somebody else that showed up at the WWE doors and Performance Center.
Who's that?
The Scott D'Amore. Apparently, he's been seen.
Is this a newer picture of him, or is this an old picture that you found?
Well, like whoever
this looks like it's a really
old picture, yeah. But they did slap the WWE logo on it, so it makes me think that this was recently edited. So that's what I'm saying because I think he has facial hair now, like my gorgeous facial hair. But yeah. So Scott D'Amore has been spotted at the Performance Center. I take that for what you will. I don't know. I think maybe it may have something to do with the WWE ID contracts they're doing now, and they could be some working out with the Maple Leaf Wrestling promotion that he runs. I don't know. Maybe he was just there to visit some friends. But what I'm hoping is that they may bring him on. I don't take this with a grain of salt. This is just speculation. I would like to see them bring on Scott D'Amore. But I don't know. I don't know if he wants that, but it would be cool. But maybe he's just going to keep running Maple Leaf Wrestling. Maybe it may integrate with the WWE ID contracts. We'll explain later. But I don't know. What do you think?
It could be a multitude of things. I mean, this could be maybe WWE's way of reaching out to him after he got canned from TNA Wrestling.
Boo!
After that whole ordeal, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if that's what they're doing. It could be in regards to what you'd mentioned about the new WWE ID initiative that they had actually just started and are implementing now on almost seems like a multi-daily basis.
You said that in a very negative way.
Oh no, I'm just but it does seem like it is that like they're announcing like multiple people daily with who are being signed to this new WWE ID thing. Could be in regards to him trying to recruit, talent or to like what you said, Maple Leaf Pro. Could be any number of reasons.
Now there's
doing there at the Performance Center.
Something we got to think about though in talking about this was he was the middleman of why we see Impact wrestlers, TNA now, why we see TNA wrestlers in WWE now. He was the one who garnered that deal. Yeah, he was the one who really spoke and garnered the deal, and it was the middleman for it. So he probably has some connections there. I'm gonna say that.
Or he at least has a little bit of pull to be able to pull WWE wrestlers like, hey, you wouldn't have all the garnered this much more exposure had I not made a barter deal with whoever over here in WWE. The good old saying, you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back, I'll scratch your back, you scratch my back.
That could be the case.
Say it, so this could be him coming back to get his back scratched,
So yeah, he does it really shows he has some relationships in WWE. He has to, after, we never thought we would see that, TNA wrestlers in WWE and WWE wrestlers in TNA. But thanks to this guy, that came true. So, he has to have some good, solid connections in the World Wrestling Entertainment. And we'll just have to see how this goes. It could be nothing.
Yeah.
We could never hear nothing else about it. Or
Right,
we
so
could see
was
him.
the very first TNA crossover into WWE, was that prior to the end of the He Who Shall Not Be Named era? I can't remember.
I don't think.
When did Mickey James make her?
No, it was
her debut?
okay. It was when he
For
was
her.
gone, and Triple H took over, and before he came back.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He was gone.
Yeah. Okay. So it was
But-
after he first resigned.
Yeah.
And then came back to deal with the TKO merger, stuff like that, and then he was gone again via the whole
situation. It was in
the whole
that
allegation.
midpoint where he went away but then came back.
Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out, like when that was. So that would have been what, 2020, 2021 when he first left?
Yeah, something like
Maybe
that.
22. I think it was 22, and then he came back in 23, and then
For like 6 months, then he was gone again.
yeah, and then he was gone again because the thing happened.
Yeah, so I think, but I don't know. I just want to see this guy be successful. Even though he's already successful, the dude has a crap ton of money. He owns a real estate business and he makes a lot of money already. But I think he has a lot to add. He has a lot of value to add to the wrestling business.
Yeah, so where I was going with my thing is, do you think, obviously we know that He Who Shall Not Be Named was very, very, very extremely picky on if he allowed his wrestlers to go to an indie company. I believe really one of the very few people who was able to do so was John Cena. And I believe maybe Triple H did at one point, just like very briefly. But I know John Cena did while he was still under contract in WWE. And I believe even He Who Shall Not Be Named even made a guest surprise appearance there. So I know he was very, like I said, very, very picky in who he allowed to,
I know he didn't even let AJ Styles.
Forbidden Door.
I know he didn't even let AJ Styles just do an interview for TNA for like one of their big anniversaries. So
yeah, so
that was a big thing.
What I'm saying is, do you think maybe since he was gone, you think maybe Hunter saw the big possibility of what could happen when you do allow that Forbidden Door to be opened and have a wrestler from another promotion come into your atmosphere, so to say, into your world?
All I'm gonna say is I wish that Forbidden Door would be ripped off the hinges, and we get. I even want to see AEW wrestlers going against WWE wrestlers. I want to see TNA wrestlers going against WWE wrestlers. I want to see TNA and AEW, New Japan, AAA, Arena
MLW,
Mexico.
CMLL.
I want to see GCW, JCW, all of them. That Forbidden Door is stupid, and it needs to be ripped off the hinges. People can talk and make deals, and we can all benefit from it as fans. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
All I'm saying is I want to see Kenny Omega doing a springboard on to Roman Reigns. Don't act like you don't want to see that.
I think him versus Randy Orton would have the better match.
You're probably right. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to see. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So anyways, people who might be watching and listening to us ramble about Scott D'Amore.
Good topic.
What do you think? What do you think he is there at WWE Performance Center for? Is it to
Another
get a favor in return? Is it a potential business deal?
another topic. This could be our next week topic of discussion. Our next show topic of discussion. What cross promotion match do you guys want to see? What is your dream match from cross promotions do you guys want to see? Let us know and we'll tell ours at the next show. So I think that's a good. Do you like that? I think that's a good topic.
Yeah, that works. Yeah, since we're on the top on this topic of cross promotions, yeah, why not make it the topic for next week?
All right, let us know what cross promotion match, dream match do you guys want to see? All right, so going into this one. So what can you tell us about JCW wrestlers going to GCW? What can you tell me?
Yeah, so obviously we know at Gathering 25, Gathering of Legends, it is going to be JCW versus GCW. Violent J threw out the open challenge to Brett Lauderdale, CEO of GCW, Game Changer Wrestling. And I'm assuming that we've been seeing a lot of JCW wrestlers, more specifically along the lines of Too Tough Tony has been joining the GCW locker room and wrestling on their match cards. I believe they just did an event out in Hawaii just not too long ago, and yeah, Tony was sitting there chilling with a couple GCW wrestlers. Can't really remember who, but this is kind of interesting to see. I mean, if we're going to be getting some more defective, JCW superstars over into the Game Changer world. Obviously, this is just going to be building up for Gathering Got J 2025, JCW versus GCW. So this is going to be something interesting, especially for us.
They need to build it up right, though.
Yeah,
they need to build it up
definitely.
right. They need to have spots at both shows. People invading each other, etc.
Yeah, just your classic invasion storyline.
They need to build it up properly. You know what I'm saying? I think that would be cool.
Have Joey Janela do a
that's what I was about to say
on the Ultimate.
I was about to say Joey Janela, or
have you seen?
Screw it, Congo Kong. Let him freaking hit Congo Kong with a freaking chair or something. That would be cool.
Nick Gage versus Congo Kong.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We need a proper build up. We need some invasions going on.
Matt Cardona versus maybe a Richie Boy, Briar Wellington, or
Richie Boy goes and attacks him at the announcer's desk or something. I think that would be great.
At the announcer's desk, or maybe like what I was just talking about earlier. Matt Cardona, he does his videos for him and Brian Myers channel, the wrestling toy figure. What was I going with this? Briar Wellington jumps Matt Cardona in the toy store.
Oh man, that would be classic. That would be great. Yeah,
and
bro.
They
need to start asking us. They need to start asking us.
Richie Boy rips the fig out of Matt Cardona's hand and just breaks it into little pieces,
or hits him in the face with it.
Hits him in the face with it, or shoves it in his mouth and just kicks him in the head. Something,
That would be golden. That would be golden. So yeah, I'm interested to see what happens, but they have a golden opportunity right now. They need to build this up. Mm-hmm. Build it really good.
It is truly serious about trying to make JCW into an actual valid promotion.
This is a golden opportunity.
Brett Lauderdale need to start working on some ideas. Just start shooting things off of each other.
Yeah, for real. Like I think they could really do good if they do this right. Like it'll be very interesting. But you ready to move on?
What do we got next?
Logan Paul versus Tyson at WrestleMania. Look,
Yeah. So
it'll probably be less of a work than what we saw in Texas at that actual boxing match. This will probably be less of a work than that. Like I will say that.
So I mean, Tyson walked away with a cool 20 mil payday. You know,
it was in his contract. He got $5 million every round that he lasted. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, that's just hearsay. Don't take that with a grain of salt. But that's what everybody's hearing. And that fight was a work, son. That was come on, bro. They were both holding back.
Definitely. So, anyways, after the match, Logan Paul, current WWE part-time professional wrestler, was in the ring with his. Tyson gave Jake Paul his props, and then looked over at Logan Paul and said, "Man, how about it? You want to go with this?" And Logan Paul said,
"I will effing kill you, Mike."
I'd effing kill you, Mike. And so that right there apparently caused interest within WWE to where they are looking at that as a possibility for WrestleMania 41.
I'd rather see that than an actual boxing match. An actual, worked boxing match. I'd rather see it in a WWE ring because we would all know, you know what I'm saying, that it's bullcrap. And I'm sorry, no disrespect to no other wrestlers, but I would like to see it in WWE ring to where we know that it's a work. It's a work. Instead of them trying to sell us that it wasn't. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like we're stupid or something. So, I really have no interest in it. I'd rather this would be a stupid move for WWE to do. I'd rather see just some regular matches. I think Mike Tyson needs to retire and just focus on his podcasting.
Doesn't he have a weed company too?
He has a weed company too. The dude's not hurting for money, but he can go back to the Hot Box, which was his podcast that he quit to get ready for the Jake Paul match. I would like to see him go back to that. I'm interested in what he's saying. I'm a big fan of Mike Tyson. I've always have been. I remember watching him when I was a little kid, when my dad would watch him. I remember sitting on the floor. My dad was sitting on the couch and watching Mike Tyson fights and them ending in the first round. But yeah, they just need to leave this alone. They just need to, book. Matter of fact, WWE needs to sign Nick Gage, and let's put Nick Gage in with Logan Paul. How about that?
I don't think Logan Paul would want to take the chance of getting his face cut up.
Of course he wouldn't.
I think he relies way too much on his face to.
But wouldn't you love that?
I would love to see Logan Paul get just a big fat light
pizza cutter
across the forehead. Yeah, or pizza cutter, something. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I got a Mike Tyson story. I can't remember if I've told this on here or not, but me and a buddy of mine, we were down on Sunset in LA, headed to the House of Blues for a concert, but I think at last minute got canceled. And so me and him, we were walking down the road, and we passed by the cigar shop. There was Mike Tyson just hanging out, sitting there on the windowsill, smoking a cigar. And we walked by, and my buddy looks at me, he goes, "You know who that was?" I said, "Yeah, it was Mike Tyson." And we just kept on walking. Of course,
that's kind of messed up. He didn't hear you. I bet he didn't hear you.
I'm not that stupid. I made sure without an earshot of him hearing me say that. But Yeah, no, I recognize him right off the bat, face tattoo and all, and this was
What? How bad would
2008.
you? How bad would you shit his pants? You shit your pants if you would have turned around and he was right there and said, "What'd you say?"
I'd have dropped dead. I'd have played dead.
Just like a bear, just go limp. I would do the same thing. I'm not gonna lie.
I probably would have got a size whatever shoe he wears to the gut or something.
Yeah. I'm not. That's one old guy. Even at 60 years old, I am not trying to throw hands with.
Nope.
All right, but yeah, I think it's a bad idea. They need to leave that crap alone. Nobody wants to. I'm not gonna say nobody. I can't speak for the whole WWE universe, but I don't want to see it. You don't want to see it. So let's just book him against somebody for real. You know what I'm saying? Let's see Logan Paul wrestle and not do a spectacle. So, if you're even interested in Logan Paul wrestling, which a lot of people aren't, but the guy is talented though.
Oh yeah, Logan Paul is definitely talented, but it was WrestleVotes had reported on that there was interest within WWE for a Mike Tyson Logan Paul match at WrestleMania 41.
I vote no.
No, I'm giving it 2 thumbs down.
All right, so moving along to the world of AEW. Where the hell is Danhausen?
You're asking me. This man's been off of AEW TV for a year.
Okay,
going on a year.
So I've read up on it, and take this with a grain of salt, everybody, because there's a high probability this is a miscommunication. Very high probability. But what from the rumblings on an AEW locker room is that AEW officials, like Tony Khan, have a feeling that Danhausen is prioritizing indie events over AEW events. That he's taking more bookings in indie events on Saturday nights instead of being on Collision. But I know Danhausen came back just recently from a leg injury, and then he also said that he couldn't make a couple of events because of a family emergency. So take that with a grain of salt. I don't know. But from what I'm hearing, Danhausen's very interested in getting back on AEW TV as soon as possible. But AEW officials feel like he's prioritizing outside bookings more than actual AEW appearances. That's just what I heard.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously he was taking these indie bookings as a way to make up for the income that he wasn't, making from. I mean, well, he's still getting a paycheck from AEW.
He has to have a guarantee from AEW.
Right. So, but since he wasn't being used on television, I see him, also utilizing his availability for indie dates. That was one of the greatest things about AEW is that their wrestlers could still go and work indie dates. Their travel schedule is extremely less tiring on your body. So, so why not take an indie date to where you can still stay in ring shape and stuff like that. But
if he's prioritizing them over AEW appearances, I can kind of understand. I'm not saying that's the case.
Right.
I'm not saying that's the case.
Yeah.
If me or you in AEW, they would be number one. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the word going on.
And it's also possible that he also is trying to honor his commitments that he made to those indie shows as well.
That could be the case. That could be the case.
So, I mean, we just don't know what goes on in the background behind the scenes in these big name promotions. So
how long you think before he signs an ID contract? I'm just joking.
Not gonna be anytime soon, as long as he's still currently under AEW contract. So
yeah, I hope to see the guy. And the thing is,
Danhausen.
I love Danhausen too. And the thing is, AEW needs to really, because he is in the top 5 for merch sales in AEW. You know that?
Mm-hmm.
The dude sells a shit ton of merch. He does. And if AEW was smart, they would keep him around and they would be booking him and they would keep him locked up. So I'm just going to say that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean, maybe he. What if he makes it? Because we got the AEW Full Gear pay-per-view tomorrow night. What if he makes a return back and helps Orange
I would love to
Cassidy
see it.
win
I would love
the
to see
world
it.
title from Jon Moxley? I
I
mean,
would love to see it.
obviously we know Orange isn't going to win the title, but it would be cool to see Danhausen make a return.
I'd love to
And
see it.
then, yeah, and make some sort of effort to help Orange Cassidy beat Mox. But of course, I mean, it's Danhausen. We love Danhausen, but unfortunately, he'd be taken out pretty quickly by Marina Shafir.
Yeah, maybe so, but we'll see. Marina Shafir, that's a bad woman, bro. So yeah, I hope we see Danhausen tomorrow night. He's so entertaining. I'm a huge fan of him. You're a huge fan of him. The people love the guy. I mean, people buy his shirts like crazy. Come on, Tony Khan, get this guy back on TV. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, you ready to switch gears?
Yep. What do we got now? What have we got going on?
Speaking of AEW, we got All In Texas, Saturday, July 12th, 2025.
Yes. So, as we had mentioned earlier in the program, my colleague here, Mr. DKZ, was on his way to Arlington to head up to Texas Live, where they were holding a free event for it was the AEW kickoff party, where you were able to buy advanced VIP tickets for All In Texas, as shown on the screen here. Coming to Globe Life Field, the very first wrestling event to be held at Globe Life Field, courtesy given to Team AEW for the win for 2025.
I'm interested. If all goes to plan, we'll both be there.
Me and my
oh
wife,
no, you're gonna be. But I'm saying we're
we've
both
got our
gonna be
ticket.
there. Like I'm not sure about myself because of situations, but I'm hoping they do the whole WrestleMania treatment. I'm hoping that whole city becomes a wrestling mecca.
I do know. So some of the VIP packages that they had, I believe.
I'm talking outside of AEW too.
Well, no. Let me
Okay.
finish
Okay.
what I'm
Okay.
trying
You're
to say.
good. You're good.
All right.
I'm sorry. You're good. You're good. My bad. All right. You're good.
In the VIP packages, you actually got a ticket to the ROH show the night before. So you do get a ticket to ROH.
That's lame because
Friday
it's owned by the same person. That's not outside of AEW. You phony.
Well, I mean, obviously, there's going to be other shows up there that weekend as well too. Don't know who else is going to be up there, but
I want to see Combat Zone Wrestling. I want to see GCW. I want to see JCW. I want to see all of them. All of them there.
Me and the missus, we got our tickets. We're going to be, unfortunately, not on the field for the ringside seats. Those were, a little outside of the price range,
Yeah, like
us.
a lot of tickets these days.
Seems like
but I that like noticing like the ringside, like on the field and like on the ground, it's not good unless you're really tall. You know what I'm saying? Is what I've noticed in the past.
Well, yeah. So when they've done, what is it in Houston? Sun Life Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the venue that's there in Houston?
I believe so. One among three.
It's you're sitting on it's a baseball field and you can't see over anybody, so unless you're like directly on an end seat along the entranceway down to the ring. It's pretty much
Yeah,
the only
I
way you're gonna
always feel
be
like
see anything.
the first level in the Raptors above the floor always feels like is the best vantage point.
Yeah, so we're definitely gonna be in the stands, you know, a few a few dozen rows back, you know, but all I really care about is
You'll
the
be in
fact
the
that
building.
we're gonna be there, and it is gonna be a great content maker, that whole event, everything that they're gonna be having going on.
Hopefully, I'll be there, which things are looking good right now for me. Even though I've had bad luck, my luck is starting to change now.
Is it because you're getting a little bit of stubble to try to close your upside down horseshoe?
Shut up, SP. All right, next topic. Love you, bro. Next topic. Speaking of AEW, okay, 2025, they're also talking about doing smaller venues. What do you know about this?
Yeah, so obviously it's no secret that these live shows of AEW haven't been filling out the venues
Not a lot of
as
butts and
what they were.
chairs. Not a lot of butts and chairs.
Not a lot. So they are going to be scaling it back and doing smaller venue capacity shows and stuff like that, which is going to be actually really, really awesome. Because
Optically,
it's going
it
to
will
help
look.
them.
It'll be more up close and personal. Like looking for his optics, especially on TV. It'll look better, but I still think this is stale ass news.
It is, there is, yes, it is still a little still ass news. However, again, and it just sucks because somewhere obviously along, you know, AEW lost its fire and what was bringing them in so much viewership those first couple years, you know, somewhere along the lines of
Well, I
21.
remember WWE going through the same thing. When I first moved to Austin, I went to a WWE Raw taping, and literally they made me move down, like down. I bought cheap seats. They made me move down, and they made the whole audience shift over to make it look full. So this is nothing that nobody else has been through. You know what I'm saying? WWE was having the same problem. So
Yeah.
if WWE came back from it, AEW can come back from it too.
Yeah, John Moxley even gave an interview saying that, you know, this is it. Like, we need to get down and get back to what we were when we first came out. We need to start getting these butts back in these chairs again, like that, because he's like, you know, we all remember what it was from 2002 to 2019, you know, 17 years of there being a monopoly in the professional wrestling world, and WWE got complacent. They no longer really cared. He who shall not be named really no longer cared, because like, I do whatever the hell I want.
He was booking cheesy ass storylines, cheesy ass characters.
And so now we've got, you know, AEW now, you know, the second biggest name promotion aside from, you know, TNA, what, you
They're
know,
the second.
Impact. They are quickly coming up into being a you know, the number 2.
TNA is kicking some ass, bro. They are.
Yeah. So, but again, people just need to start tuning back into AEW. AEW's got some
and buying
really,
some
really
tickets. What you guys have to
I-
understand, like, you know what I'm saying? Whether you're a WWE fan, whether you're an AEW fan, whether you're a TNA fan, the fact that there's multiple companies, we all win. We all win from that. There's something for all of us. So we need to support all these companies. Now, we do have to call out when something's boring or something doesn't land. That's the truth. We have to do that. But we want to encourage these companies. We want to buy tickets. We want to sit down and watch. We need this. We need this. For the longest time, it was just WWE. And that's when their product got stale. Like, yeah, you had TNA there, but TNA really wasn't that viable of a competitor. Even though they had some great stuff, they had some bad stuff. They had some great stuff up until they brought Hulk Hogan in. But that's besides the point.
Yeah, that was
support wrestling.
Yeah, like DKZ said, just support wrestling, man. Wrestling is for everybody.
A lot of
AEW's got some great storylines going on, man. People just
and some great talent on that roster. They have some great talent, and I enjoy seeing them on TV, and I want to continue to see them on TV.
Mm-hmm. And their pay-per-view buys are great. Their ticket sales for the pay-per-views are amazing as well. Unfortunately, that's not enough to continue to carry on over into weekly shows. Like, so guys, get out, go enjoy some wrestling. We all know wrestling shows go extremely long, especially when you do have WWE. They've been doing extra tapings after their Monday Night Raw, SmackDown tapings as well too, because they're underneath this new Triple H era. They're allowing their performers extra time with their families.
Sidebar. I am a little upset about the no house shows. I understand it. I'm happy for the wrestlers. I am, because they have more time with their families. But I'm gonna miss the house shows.
They're doing them, but they're just cutting them back.
I want to see AEW do house shows. I want to see them all do house shows, because I love house shows. I had a better time at a house show recently than I did an actual Raw taping. And I'm just, but it's not that game anymore. Back in the day, back in the 80s and 90s, you had your television product to draw people to the house shows, to sell tickets to the house shows. But now it's a different thing. It's about those advertising dollars. That's what it's all about. It's about those ratings and those advertising dollars. But if in the future we don't see very many house shows, that's unfortunate. I don't like that. But
I could guarantee you what's going to happen as soon, should down the line, should AEW end up having to call it quits, and I do not want to see that. I can guarantee you what's going to happen. We need another wrestling company. We need another wrestling company.
Well, you guys have one now. And I don't think we're going to see
advantage of it. We don't want to see the monopoly of WWE again. It's going to get
stale again. Go ahead.
So,
sorry.
Guys, just support these other companies. Go to their shows. People always talk about, when they go to a concert, and they see an opener that they enjoy. Oh, you should come through on a tour of your own. Oh, yeah. And then what happens? They come through.
Nobody buys tickets.
They're not there. That same person who was just at your merch booth on the last tour that you were a supporting act on, who said, yeah, you should do a tour of your own. Why don't you go out on a tour of your own? They're not coming to the shows. So they're all talk. And then when the time comes, oh, I don't want to. Oh, I don't want to.
Yeah, so I mean, you guys just get out and support. When there's multiple companies, we all win. You know what I'm saying? We all get to enjoy something. Even if you don't like everything, there's probably something you will like. So, all right, switching gears.
Yeah, let's get off. Let's go to something new.
All right, so speaking of the new WWE ID program, looks like Kylie Ray has been signed to a WWE ID contract. Essentially, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, SP. What the WWE, I probably am. What the WWE ID contract consists of is indie stars can keep doing indie dates, but they are allowed to train and appear on WWE TV, and train at the Performance Center, but they're still allowed to do like a kind of a development thing. They can have development in indie dates. They can do indie appearances, and they can do, okay, I'm repeating myself. They can do They can train at the Performance Center. They can have NXT appearances, and they can have like mentorships being done at the WWE Performance Center. Is that correct?
So you sidebarred me last topic. I'm gonna sidebar you real quick. The info in regards to AEW doing smaller house shows came from Brian Alvarez, Figure 4 Wrestling Online. So I just want to make sure we're citing sources, you know, for some of these big high profile topics. You know, give props where they're due.
I don't know where I got this one.
To.
This one's from Cultaholic.
Was,
Cultaholic.
Yeah,
I got this from Cultaholic.
Yeah, Cultaholic, Wrestling News, and even just somebody, you know, it could be posted about by someone you're a mutual friend with or someone that you follow.
Maven Huffman, that topic was from Maven himself. So,
so yes. So, from my understanding on this WWE ID, it is the indie developmental, to where if they do sign this WWE ID, they do have the option to go to a different promotion if they get scouted by another major promotion.
I didn't know about
WWE
that part.
cannot prohibit them from strictly saying, no, you signed this with us, you're obligated to us, you're essentially prohibited from doing that. Like, we own you, you can't go do anything outside of this. As well as doing their indie shows, like you said.
But they also have the option of training at the Performance Center, doing NXT TV, and actually having mentorship from WWE wrestlers and officials. But what I really want to talk about is Kylie Ray. She was an AEW original. Hang on. She was originally signed with AEW. She was one of the first females signed with AEW. She was very prominent, and this is where I know her from, not even AEW. She was very prominent in the Texas wrestling scene.
Texas Pro.
Yeah, and in Inspire Wrestling, stuff like that. Now, I'm glad to see that she's getting another chance. She's had a history of mental problems.
Alcoholic, I believe.
Yeah. I can. What's the word for it? I'm losing myself.
Vouch.
I can not vouch. I can identify with that. But
she's been open about it as well too.
Yeah.
Herself.
Then we had that whole thing with Jericho. That's hearsay. We don't know if that's true or not. That's just speculate. That's just hearsay.
Well, I know she was signed to NXT not too long ago, and then she was released.
She's retired like 3 times, bro.
Well, I know she
was signed to TNA too
in like the last year. Oh yeah, she was in TNA. I remember that she was signed to TNA,
and she's done like 2 or 3 times retired. So I'm just hoping that this time she really capitalizes on the talent that she is, and I hope she realizes her full potential. Because kind of like, and I'm not saying that this is her fault. I'm not judging. I'm not saying that this is her fault. But she's kind of not necessarily that bad, but she is a Matt Hardy situation. She starts doing good, then she just retires out of nowhere. And I'm not saying that's all the way her fault. I don't know what she's dealing with. I can vouch for someone that has mental issues. But I really hope that this is the golden ticket. I do hope that this is the time where we're going to see her in a main event, where we're going to see her being the best she can be. You know what I'm saying? Did that come off good? So I'm just gonna say that. Take it away, brother. What do you think?
I think I'm kind of torn on this WWE ID thing. I think I like the idea. I don't know. I guess I'm just
You're an AEW
impartial
shill.
or
We all know. We all know you're an
indifferent on it.
AEW shill. You're an AEW shill. We all know that. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
AEW's in my blood.
It runs through my veins.
No, I'm kind of indifferent on it. Like, I get the idea. I like the idea. You know, especially the fact that they're not obligated.
I mean, but
underneath
doesn't
the
that show you
WWE
something?
contract, stuff like that.
Doesn't that show you
It does.
something? That they
Yeah,
did
it
not
does
full
show.
her. They did not give her a full contract. They signed her to an ID deal because they're probably skeptical about her. Doesn't
Well,
that show you that?
I'm not saying about that about her. I'm just saying that in regards to just being an indie wrestler itself, I see it kind of as a way to kind of stick it to Tony Khan, I guess, is kind of saying, haha, you know, we've got all this money and we're able to sign all these people where, you
But
know,
we don't
you're
have to keep them if we
struggling.
don't want to.
Huh?
But we don't have to keep them if we don't want to. That is
Yeah,
kind of
that as well,
bullheaded.
too.
That is kind of bullheaded. Okay, I'll agree with you there.
But I see, you know, I think I get the idea behind it and I like it. And then just part of me is like, I see it as like a FU to Tony Khan and AEW, stuff like that. So,
Probably.
you know, so that's just where I'm at on it.
I hope we get some stars from it though. And I want them to be Kylie Ray. I'm full supporting Kylie Ray. She's great. I've met her multiple times. She's a great person. I just hope she can finally realize her full potential this go around.
I got a buddy of mine that lives in Chicago that I think knows her as well too.
So I'm hoping she hits the ground running, and I'm hoping she runs all the way. I know that sounded corny. Okay, next topic. Hardcore Championship coming back. What's up with this, man? This got me excited.
Yeah, so according where I see this, saw it posted on Twitter. I think just a random fan had posted it and it popped up in my feed. Yeah, apparently Triple H showed up at a Travis Scott concert and handed him a modern day
I don't like it
Hardcore
already.
Championship belt, huh?
I don't like it. I like the old one.
The old one was great. This one, yeah, is just kind of like
It's too nice. It's too nice.
Your Universal title, just with the hardcore written in the duct tape across it. Looks like
It's too nice. It looks too sparkly. The
Triple
hardcore
H
title is a piece of shit. And that's what I like it as.
But yeah, Triple H showed up at this Travis Scott concert and handed it to him, and I believe even put it on around his waist for him. So this led a lot of people in the comments asking, is the hardcore title coming back? Could we be seeing something make a return when Raw hits Netflix in January?
Oh, please. That's my favorite title of all time.
And make it.
I want to see people beating each other up at Chuck E. Cheese. I want to see that. Chuckle Cheese. I want to see people beating each other up at Chuck E. Cheese, DZ Discovery Zone. I'm talking behind the building. I'm talking about like, I want to see people get thrown in dumpsters. I just want to see it all, man. I want to see people getting beaten up. I want to see some chairs. I want to see some tables. I want to see some ladders. I want to see some blood spray. Fuck it. Bring the pizza cutters out. Do that on WWE TV. Bring out the pizza cutter. Light tubes. All that.
And make sure a Pizza Hut promo is played during picture-in-picture.
Yes. Signed freaking
Nick Gage.
Nick Gage. Signed Nick Gage. I want to see them sign Zangief. Joey Janela. All of them. Let's do it. Sorry. Go ahead. I went on a tangent.
So, who do you think in today's modern era of WWE, the first hardcore champion would be?
That's a hard one. Jacob Fatu. I think Jacob Fatu would be good.
Okay, now let me ask you this. Is this a title that's going to be relegated to one TV show, or is it going to be someone who could jump from SmackDown to Raw to even maybe NXT?
All of the above. All the above. They need to have just like Crash Holly made it, the 24/7 rule, without it being the crappy 24/7 title. 24/7, I want to look on X and we see them fighting for it on X. You know what I'm saying? On a random Friday or something like that, or a Sunday.
So Speed is shown on Wednesdays at noon, I believe.
All right,
X.
so Sundays.
So obviously, they tape that either prior SmackDown, after SmackDown, or prior Raw or after Raw. One of those. It's taped before one of those shows.
So any other day besides that day. No, screw it. Right after the Speed show. Like, do that. Where they start fighting next to the ring during a Speed match, and they go outside the ring, out into the building, and they start drowning each other in the river next to the building. I'm telling you, I'm going all out with this. I want this to go all out.
Oh, so you're going like full Al Snow, Bob Holly.
Yeah.
And Road Dogg match, huh?
Yeah, I'm trying to see that. Who would be your pick as somebody who would be a great hardcore champion this day and age? It's pretty hard, bro, because like we haven't seen it in so long.
Exactly. Well, and trying to figure out who
would be willing to do all that. Yeah, it's difficult.
I don't know if I could answer that. I honestly do not know.
Hard because we haven't seen this on TV in so long. I would say Randy Orton. Like, maybe he might be too old now, but maybe Randy Orton.
I'm gonna say a member of the White Six, either Dexter.
Ooh, yes, Eric, that is good. Good. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Good thinking on you.
Dexter, Eric. Who's Mike Henry? No.
Huskus. Joe Gacy. Joe Gacy would be the perfect one. Perfect. Joe Gacy. He's from Combat Zone Wrestling. Who would be better?
So, all right, there's my pick, Joe Gacy.
No, I'm taking that pick.
Nope. I called it first, motherfucker.
I said the name before you. That's my pick. All right, nope. Joe Gacy versus Jacob Fatu. Let's go.
Yeah, no, you picked Jacob Fatu. I was naming them off.
Oh man, I wish I would have thought that's so perfect. Second topic for our next show. Who do you guys think would be a good hardcore champion in this day and age?
Yeah, so we're doing two topics for the next episode. The first topic was what
cross promotion
match would you want to see, and the second one is who would make the perfect first hardcore champion. Should this belt make a return back to WWE programming?
I'm still so salty for your pick. That was oh my god, why didn't I think of that one? Joe Gacy would be great. All right, last topic. You ready?
Last topic, yes. And since we are trying to keep it, still current, big name promotion, we do like to cover indie promotions here on the Ring Rundown. So just this past Thursday night, Dustin Rhodes, yes, the natural Dustin Rhodes, son of the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes,
brother to the great Cody Rhodes. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The greatest brother of the Rhodes family is Dustin Rhodes. Anyways, He held his very
We may need
first
to have a debate.
in-person event for his Texas or Rhodes Wrestling Academy. Texas Fall Fury was just held just this past Thursday night, and they crowned their very first Texas. I don't know why I keep saying Texas, because we live in Texas and this is a Texas indie promotion.
Lone Star.
The very first Rhodes Wrestling Association champion. And it is their current Rhodes Wrestling Academy champion. We also saw Vert Vixen, who is a very big name on the indie scene. She is the Rhodes Wrestling Association Women's Champion out of a triple threat match. Overall,
Weren't you in the building, or did y'all end up going? Or
we did end up going. Unfortunately, pictures were the only thing that was allowed. No filming.
Understandable.
Unfortunately, yeah, and it wasn't. Well, I kind of made the mistake of using the telescope feature on my gimbal and kind of raised my phone up a little too high for.
Oh, you got in trouble. You got in
Yeah,
trouble.
I got a little careless there, and
I would love to see Dustin Rhodes come out and just start work hitting you. Put you through a table. I think that'd be great.
No.
All right.
The security guard guy came over and he was very cool about it. He's like, hey, just no filming. Still photography is okay, but we just can't have any filming in the building. I'm like, that sucks, but I understood, and I was not.
What
gonna
can you
lie,
do?
I was a little salty about it and everything like that, because you look around and I could sit here and play the whataboutism game all night long, because you see other people pulling out their phones and taking videos and stuff.
But you
like
held
that.
yours too high. That was the problem. You made that mistake.
Yep.
You could have done it too, but you went a little further.
Icarus flew too close to the sun, and unfortunately, I was Icarus that night, and
It's all good.
I burnt myself up. But anyways, anybody in the Austin area, Leander, Cedar Park, Georgetown, Pflugerville, again, we'd love to promote indie promotions here in the great Lone Star State of Texas.
I'm glad to see he's doing something.
RCW has a show coming up this weekend as well too. Baracho Pro is getting ready to have their year-end awards ceremony coming up in about 3 weeks. Excuse me.
What did you eat? You've been burping a lot. What did you eat?
Cauliflower crust pizza and a salad.
No wonder you're burping. That cauliflower crust pizza, bro.
So good.
To eat.
So good.
Oh no, it's good. I've had it. It's.
Yeah, no, we get the ones from Sam's Club. But anyways, Inspire AD has a show coming up. United 210 down to San Antonio, they've got a show coming up. And the next event for Rhodes Wrestling Association is December 19th. Has something to do with winter. I'd be able to find it, but anyways, they're
supporting the wrestling, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, lots of wrestling around your areas. It's going to be December 19th at 7 p.m. is Bell. He does do meet and greet VIPs for an hour before doors open. He said that at this next one, he will have his dog Beast, which is his big old, I can't think of what kind of dog it is. Beast, Mastiff, Bull Mastiff.
Oh, you're talking about a Barra Bull Mastiff.
Yeah, Bull
Mastiff. That's a big old dog.
And he is an official first place award winning Bull Mastiff and Beast. He is.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so he's gonna have him there with him at the next show. A kind of a little incognito Ricky Starks was even there in attendance, kind of hanging out in the back.
Well, he lives in Austin, you know that, right?
Yep. Yeah. We saw him at Pinballs one night after a Baracho Pro show.
I saw him at the mall at the not the one by Cedar Park, the other one. Not the Lakeline
Barton
Mall.
Creek?
Yeah, I saw him at Barton Creek Mall a couple times. Yeah, him and Aaron Solo. They're like best friends. And yeah. And I was wearing a extra talented t-shirt. I just so happened to be wearing, that was his tag team. And I was in Hot Topic. They walked in Hot Topic. They looked at me. I was like, well, don't I just look like a big Mark? And they laughed their butts off. But yeah, so support indie wrestling, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Go to your local wrestling show. I don't care if you're in Texas, wherever you are. If you know of
Wherever you are, man. Yeah, exactly.
If you know of a
Find out.
wrestling show in your area, go check it out. You can see the stars of tomorrow. I've told stories on here how I've seen some of the stars, like they're going to be a star. Like I called it, and now they're on AEW, WWE, TNA, and stuff like that. It's really cool. It's up close and personal. It's a lot of fun. Even if you're not a wrestling fan, if you have, like, I've even, like, taken women.
It's even great to go just to watch, watch the fans in attendance and just laugh and get in on the fun.
Before I was married, I've taken girls to independent wrestling shows, and they were like, this is the best date I've ever been on. This is so much fun. Like, literally, I've done that. So really, you guys, please support indie wrestling. It's wrestling's a great pastime. I think it's the new American pastime, and we got to support it, y'all. You know, if you have a local wrestling show, take a chance. Go watch a show. Have a good time. What do you have to lose? But you ready to take us out, SP?
For Dropkick Zombie, I am SP, East Side, West Coast, and the Lone Star State.
All that.
Even hit them with the forks up, forks down.
I can't do that. That's okay. That's how you do that. Okay, I'll do it. Like, good night, everybody. Y'all have a great night.
We two loony guys catching eyes with our hype, talking pro wrestling, making all the fans unite. In the ring we swing like a rhyme making machine with moves so mean, leaving opponents in the